question to Ian. Once you get a temporary residence permit, does it act the same like a multi-visa? Or do I need a separate multi-visa in addition to the temporary residence permit? So the answer is no, they're not different. Oh, I'm sorry. They are different. They are completely different things. And also it's very important to know that you cannot possess more than one visa at the same time. So if you apply, that doesn't mean you can't apply for new visas, but if you are approved for a new visa, when you turn in your passport, they will put a stamp on your old visa saying that's no good anymore. That visa is expired, and you just switch to that new visa. So in my case, when I got the temporary residence permit, that invalidated my tourism visa, so I can't use that visa anymore. I have to use the new one. Now, it actually works differently too, and that's one of the topics I actually want to bring up. Thank you, Anna. You can close that comment for us. But it's very important to know this, because once you get a residence permit, you have to actually, once you have a residence permit to live in Russia, you actually have to live in Russia. You should be, yep, there you go. And you have to actually live in Russia. So as of right now, if I leave Russia for 6 months, if 6 months goes by, my visa will be expired and I will not be able to re-enter Russia without getting a new visa. But with the tourism visa, I could leave and stay out of Russia as long as I wanted, because it's not a residence visa. With the tourism visa, I do not have the right to work in Russia. I could not apply for their public health care system, just basically all of the rights that actual residents have. I did not have, because I was just a tourist. Once I had the residence permit, I had almost all of the same rights. As of right now, I have almost all of the same rights as a Russian citizen. The only right I don't have is voting, and also military service. I cannot enter the regular military as just a resident. So besides those two things, I can do almost all of the same things a Russian can do. But I have to actually stay in Russia. If I leave for 6 months, then this visa is invalidated. But once you get here, David
so
asked
does it mean that you can leave Russia, but maximum
is 6 months, right? I can't
less than, so for example, you can leave for 6 months. Or for
I can leave.
Months?
Yeah, you can still travel. You can still leave and do whatever. It cannot exceed 6 months in total. So
and also you can use medical insurance.
Yes.
Yeah, because most of people, they're interesting, because as I know, for example, in America and in Europe, medicine service is very expensive, and people wait really, for example, 6 months. So you can make an appointment with a doctor and wait 6 months. In Moscow, for example, no, because I live in Moscow, I will speak about Moscow. I can't say about other cities, but maybe something similar. In Moscow, I can make appointment, for example, for tomorrow if I need a doctor, and you can do the same, right? You
Yes.
also have, and we call it in Russian language polis. Do you also have polis medical?
I actually still need to.
You need.
So for those of you who don't know, Russia has actually a digital app that you can install on your phone. It's called Goslugi, right? Goslugi?
Goslugi, yes.
Goslugi. And that is where basically all of your government services. So I still need to log on to mine and sign up for healthcare. I have not done
and
that
also,
yet.
very important, you mentioned that foreigners who get this residence permit, they it's not necessary go to the military service, right?
That is correct. So
no, only if they want. It's no one forced them.
Right. I'll explain. So in Russia does have a mandatory military service. So when a man turns 18 years of age, he is eligible to be called up to the military. And that's anybody who is either born in Russia as a Russian citizen, or anyone who becomes a Russian citizen and gets a Russian passport. If you do not have a Russian passport, you are legally unable to join the regular military. And I say the regular military because you are still eligible to, like Anna said, voluntarily get a military contract.
Mhm.
And you are, if you're a resident, you are eligible for those.